So many of you are already asking us that tell us more about Subhadeep Ghosh, the new Indian fielding coach. There's still to be an official announcement to be made by the BCCI, but what the sources are telling us that he will be your next fielding coach. Now, first of all, I've covered him in the Under 19 World Cup. After that, I've covered him during the India A Tour of Sri Lanka during that tri-series with India, Sri Lanka, and Afghanistan. And I've covered him in that last year's youth test also during India youth team visit to England. And when I'm talking about these Under 19 World Cups, these India A, these youth tests, or the youth ODIs, which the youth team played in England or in Australia, be it in South Africa, be it the Asia Cup, the Under 19 Asia Cup, there's one or two common constants there, and one is Vaibhav Suryavanshi, the other is Subhadeep Ghosh. Now, before diving into Vaibhav Suryavanshi and Subhadeep Ghosh, before getting into that amazing catch which Vihan Malhotra took during that India versus Bangladesh game, one of a very crucial catch again in that very same game, if memory serves me right, of a Vaibhav Suryavanshi catch. It was quite a replica of what Suryakumar Yadav did in Barbados during that T20 World Cup 2024 in the finale. So there are multiple moments of individual brilliance which I can recall at this point of time. One of the other other stars as far as or could be the future stars as far as this young team is concerned is obviously Kanish Chauhan of that Under 19 block. But coming to the journey, obviously he was part of that 2014 IPL winning squad of Kolkata Knight Riders. So yes, there is a history if you are looking a Gautam Gambhir point of view and a Subhadeep Ghosh point of view. Then there is obviously a Delhi Capital at that point of time. Yeah, Delhi Capitals history. He's been associated to Delhi Capitals. He's been associated to Kolkata Knight Riders, and after that he was associated with the Indian women's team also. Now, if you see that 2021 phase, the ping ball test, the match at the Waka or at the Gold Coast, not at the Waka. If memory serves again me right, that it's that Australian tour where Indian team, as far as their infield are concerned, you look at obviously Radha Yadav. We all know that what kind of a fielder Radha Yadav is. She is one of the very best as far as the world cricket is concerned at this point of time. But I'm taking you almost 3 or 4 years back. Beat a Jemmy, and I'm not individually calling out the 2021 that red ball part. I'm also including a 2023 Hangzhou gold medal in the Asian Games. So if you see his contribution around that phase, you will find out that how he actually works, and what are the modus operandi of Subhadeep Ghosh. And he is particularly coming from the same route. There is a proper SOP which he has followed. He was there with the Under 19 team, the youth tours. He has been part of that. He's been part of the India A. He was there last time around in 2024 in Zimbabwe when Shubman Gill led team beat Zimbabwe 4-1 just after the World Cup winning campaign. He was there this time around also when Shreyas Iyer led team again beat Zimbabwe 3-0. He was part of that squad. I've closely worked with VVS Lakshman, closely part of the COE setup. And apart from that, if you see now, when what I want, which I described in the earlier part of the video, that his contributions, I've seen him closely doing this. And look, there are multiple things you can talk about Mr. T. Dilip, the former India coach, fielding coach, about the kind of knowledge he has, the kind of different tactics he used to serve as far as when the Indian team was there on the field. And I've seen his multiple fielding drills. Have covered him extensively again. But one thing which I can vouch for is that when it comes down to the time on the field, and when it comes down to the first man on the field and leaving the field at he's the one who leaves the field very last. Same thing I can say about T. Dilip, and same thing I can say about Subhadeep Ghosh. So someone who's really hardworking, someone who believes in a one-on-one conversation with the players. I've seen with I've taken multiple names. Vaibhav Suryavanshi is obviously one of the best examples of this. I've seen him taken a brilliant one at Beckenham. I've seen him taken a couple of brilliant ones in the Under 19 World Cup, one versus England in the warm-up games, and then obviously one versus Bangladesh. And there were multiple multiple incidents as far as that fielding thing is concerned. Kanishka, I already talked about. Harvansh. There are multiple names to be very accurate. Khilan Patel is obviously one of them. So there are multiple names as far as the under 19 boys are concerned, and more importantly, the time he has spent in the center of excellence also. So he's someone. Yes, it's a challenging time because yes, Indian team is dropping a lot of catches, but I think you will find a difference when you will see Subhadeep Ghosh operating as far as that Sri Lanka series is coming up. There will be a new coach, as said by Mr. Debajit Saikia, the BCCI secretary. So let's be optimistic and let's look forward to Subhadeep Ghosh and his fielding coaching, around this Indian team. Thank you so much for watching this.